90% of men are refusing to get married. Guys, they said that they wanted the beer, but now they don't want to go hang out with Yogi and Boo Boo in the woods. Today's video comes from the Regal Change channel. His channel will be linked in the description of the video so that you can go check him out and support him. Watch to the end of the video to fully understand the implications of so many men choosing to no longer marry, no longer have children, and instead focus on themselves and their own happiness. Before we get started, guys, I just want to remind you that the world around us is changing rapidly. And I want to tell you that as these changes occur, there is one thing that can carry you through all of the hardships going forward, and that's crypto. We actually have a thing called the Crypto Trading for Dummies Blueprint available in Angry's Crypto Academy. With this blueprint, you'll learn how crypto day trading can help you earn daily profits, even starting small. Imagine making $30 a day with $100 or even hundreds daily trading small amounts, working just an hour a day. It's written so simply that even a fifth grader can do it. With banks collapsing and the economy in chaos, this skill is your lifeline. Don't miss out. We also teach you how to buy, sell, and trade crypto in general. So you can actually find Angry's Crypto Academy and the Crypto Day Trading Blueprint linked in the description of the video. And now let's just go ahead and jump right into the video.
I want to welcome the GMs and the wives, the godly men and the warm, inviting, feminine, empathetic women out there. So many men, nearly all men that I've talked to that are married, have encouraged me not to get married and have told me that they encourage other men not to get married. And it's no secret that a lot of men nowadays are not taking marriage seriously, at least in the Western cultures and society, and the reason for that is mainly due to the laws. I mean, it's really remarkable that a woman can cheat on her husband and still get custody of the kids. It's like, you really, really, government, you want to have somebody that is capable of deception and cruelty toward their own flesh and blood to run the household? Like, oh wait, that's our government in the United States. So it does make sense, actually. So it's almost like every single law around marriage right now in the United States and just in the West in general is contrasted with favoring women. And I've had some really terrible stories that I've heard from men, and the women have had to pay little to no consequences for those actions. So what do you get in a society where there's always going to be a safety net for women? There's always going to be a safety net for a woman to fall back on, because she can, and you know, I'm making this video, I want to make it clear, I'm making this video not to degrade women or anything like that, but to simply tell the truth about what can happen in these situations, because a lot of the women want you to believe, and in society, men have been coerced to believe that women ought to be the center of their world. And women operate under this assumption, and they consistently feed each other delusions and fantasies, all up into the point in which a real man is able to make them fold under their own psychology. And the only reason that a real man can do that is because he's seen his own darkness, and he knows what women are capable of as well. And he doesn't judge the women for it. He doesn't necessarily condemn women for it, because he understands that, biologically speaking, a woman's main goal is to survive. And a woman will do whatever is necessary to do that. And this is very clearly done in and expressed in the Adam and Eve story, because what Eve was beguiled by the serpent was not just temptation, but of of mystery and curiosity. And women have this explicit imagination. Any man that's dealt with a lot of different kinds of women understands this, because a woman's imagination is, as a man, your best friend, because she has such a vivid imagination that just the words that you speak can influence her. If you have a masculine influence, that is, can influence her to think about a variety of different ways and things that you can say. It's kind of like a double entendre or a triple entendre. So you can say certain things and have her mind thinking to herself, well, what could that mean? What could that mean? What could that mean? And it's the healthy excitement that you're gonna go for as a man in the relationship. But ultimately, women are also very much attracted to that dark excitement, because it's taboo. It's not something that you're supposed to do, right? It's not something that you're supposed to be doing. And I've had women where I didn't even know they had families. And this was years ago, but I didn't even know this woman had a family up until about a month or 2 months into talking to her. And she was very clear, quote unquote, about her being available. She made it seem like she was single and she was ready to mingle, right? Never mind, this woman legitimately had a full-fledged family at home. And I think at this point, most men are beginning to realize that if a woman has a 9-to-5 job, or really any kind of job, it's highly possible that she is cheating on you, because it's just the norm nowadays. Like, it's just the norm. So if she goes somewhere to work and she's not remote, that's a large possibility.
I mean, guys, men are finally beginning to wake up and realize that 99% of the time, most women are going to be out there with someone else. And it's like, you don't comprehend, virtually every woman is doing this. Your mommy is doing this. I'll tell you right now, I have these immature men on my channel, and they're like, my mommy is a good mommy. Dudes, a lot of these little millennials running around. My mommy's a good mommy, and my mommy wouldn't do that. They're a bad, yes, there are bad women, but not my mommy. Like, literally, this is how these idiots think. And it's like they think that their mommy was just perfection, and that their mommy wasn't out there in the streets. And then if they ever find out that their mother was doing these things, they'll go into a complete and utter delusional world and try to explain it away or say something else. And if they are able to be if they are able to accept that, hey, your mother was doing these things, they'll say, well, I didn't know. There's no way that I could have known she was doing these things. And you know how these things end up happening. And then when they find out that their father is not really their father, and that their perfect mommy, because that's how she raised them, to believe that she was an angel, while while men are not, while she basically conditioned her children to think that men are bad. They discovered that, oh well, yeah, so their father isn't their father. In fact, they're not, their father is not the father of them or any of their siblings. And now they have to accept that, hey, mommy was out there with other dudes while they while you were even born, because like you were already here, and she was out there roaming and running the streets with other dudes, with Chad, Tyrone, Ray, Pookie, Enrique, Miguel, and Poncho. And she was always out there with Poncho. And then you discover that, your little sister, she's not even like your mom. Your mommy is white, but your little sister, she's half Hispanic. All right, you're white, you're full white. Your dad isn't your dad, but she cheated with a white Tyrone. But no, but your little sister, no, that's Poncho's baby. That's Poncho's baby. All right, that's Poncho's baby and Enrique's niece. And it's like, you just have to accept these things. And it's like, these guys, they don't understand that all roads lead to Uncle Angry, because you hear these stories, you don't want to accept what female nature really is. Men have to work for everything. We have to work for intimacy. Women don't. It's basically like a candy shop where they get everything and anything they want for free. This is the reason why they believe that when they're in their 30s and 40s, after living in the streets for so long, now they're supposed to go and find a man that's going to, give them a life of luxury. And it's like, bro, you're like 40 years old. I mean, anything right now with you is like it's a geriatric pregnancy. You can't even have kids, and you think I'm supposed to give you a life of luxury because you're out there in your 20s running around with these dudes who are, bringing you on jets and letting you drink letting you drink champagne and like $10,000 bottles of wine. It's like, bro, you didn't earn any of these things, but psychologically, they are now predispositioned to believe that because they were given all of these things for free, they are valuable. And the truth of the matter is they don't have, guys, if you didn't earn it, then you're not worth it. And they don't get it. Like the new saying is literally no hymen, no diamond. They still, unfortunately, a lot of them don't comprehend this still. Okay? Because men are waking up. Look at what's happening in China right now, where these men over there are demanding virginity tests. And it's not just virginity tests, but it's full blown health checks where they have to know if how many deletions of gestations she's had, how many how many uh sarah Teresa, Davids she's had. So you just take the first initial of those, Sarah, Teresa, David, and you get what I'm trying to spell out for you. How many of those she's had, if she has the dragon or not. And a lot of women are pissed off. They're like, how dare you even ask for something like this? And it's like, bro, it's just a simple health check. So modern women, they don't even want you they don't even want you saying, let's go to the doctor together and get checked together. Okay. And I had comments on like the video, like, okay, fine. Well, if you want us to go and get a health check and you want to know how many control alt deletions we've had of gestations, then we also need to get you checked for like how many ladies of the night, evening delights have you been physically intimate with, and all kinds of other nasty stuff. So like this is how, guys, you have to remember, you're dealing with masculine people, masculine individuals, right? And a wife and a kid, the concept of a wife and a kid today is a joke, because men are finally waking up and realizing that it's a sad and pathetic reality that we live in, where men are just basically used for their utility. They don't actually want us. They just want our utility. They just want our attention. They want our time. They want our money. They don't want us. Do not simply go where you're needed and endure, like these idiots say. I saw this idiot in my comment, saying, go where you're needed and endure. No, you idiot. Go where you are. Go where you are appreciated, and go where you are celebrated. Because as soon as they no longer need you, they will get rid of you, and you're not going to like it. They're not going to be nice about it. Okay. I'm telling you, as men, stop being we're conditioned to be simps. We're conditioned to sacrifice. It's all about sacrifice. Guys, you know who demands a sacrifice? God. You think about this. Jesus passed away. He basically gave his life so we didn't have to do sacrifices anymore. And what and yet modern women and their simps and the state, they demand sacrifices. Who demands a sacrifice from you? The devil. Everything belongs to God. God does not want anything from you. This whole tithe garbage, your tithe goes towards supporting the church and paying the pastor's bills. Okay? This is why I've told you, stay out of the church. You have no business there. The church is just a different form of the state. Okay? Church lady is just another name for 304, and pastor is just another name for PIMP. These people work together to extract wealth and resources from men and reallocate it to the state, and then everyone gets a cut. That's it. All right. The pastor is just an administrator. That is as simple as that. Do not forget that when the Dark Ages came about, the church, the Catholic Church, ruled over humanity for 1,000 years. And it's not that they did not have math and science. Oh, they still had math. They still had science. They still had reading and writing. In fact, some of the biggest structures ever created in the history of mankind were built during the Dark Ages. All right. Like the chapels and all of this art. And they even had paint that we don't have anymore. Okay. So they had paint, they had chemical products that they produced that we no longer have anymore. How did they produce this stuff? Well, it's simple, because they still had high levels of chemistry. So where did this chemistry come from? It came from the Roman Empire. Wait a minute, but I thought we had 1,000 years of darkness. We did. You see, what the Catholic Church did was they had gathered all of the knowledge of mankind in their archives, and they chose selectively who they taught to read, who they taught to write, who they taught math and science to, who they taught chemistry to, who they taught engineering to. All of those buildings that go up, that went up, guys, they were built by architects and engineers. So it's not that these people completely vanished. It's just that they selectively chose who was allowed to have this knowledge and then ruled over the rest of humanity. This is why I say stay away from the church. You have no business in the church. Stay out of the church. Ask you something. When the banks collapse, and trust me, it's coming, will you be ready? Imagine waking up to ATMs that don't work, bank doors chained shut, and millions of people left with nothing. No cash, no access to their savings, and no way to survive. But it doesn't have to be that way for you. That's why I created Angry's Crypto Academy, to teach you everything you need to know about crypto so you can protect yourself and your family. You'll learn how to buy, sell, and even day trade crypto for a living. Plus, we alert you to new crypto trends so you can profit before everyone else even knows what's happening. Right now, I've just published an exclusive investment guide inside the Academy, and it's linked in the description below. In it, I reveal the one coin that could make you a millionaire. A coin so revolutionary, it could change everything. If you missed out on Bitcoin and Ethereum, this is your second chance. This isn't just about financial freedom. It's about survival. When the system collapses and everyone else is selling, you'll be the one buying, prepared to weather the storm and thrive while others struggle to survive. Don't wait. This knowledge isn't optional, it's critical. The link's in the description. Go check it out now.
And if you don't believe me, look at the marriage statistics, right? Out of the 50% of marriages that end up in divorce, 80% of those divorces are initiated by women, right? So that means that out of that 50% of marriages that are ending in divorce, 40% are initiated by women. So women simply are not wanting to be in relationships anymore, and men are beginning to realize this. And there's a lot of men that are waking up to it, and there's a lot of men that are beginning to realize that they just want a family. You know, they want a relationship with a loyal woman that they don't have to wonder about. But it seems like you're going to have to become a narcissistic superhero in order to just have the emotional stimulation to keep a woman around. And a lot of men are saying, I'm out. And a lot of them are saying, I'm just going to focus on myself and I'm going to live my life in peace. And a lot of them are going to be in the relationships and they want to continue their bloodline. And I think what the healthy thing to do in this situation is to accept that at any point, a woman could leave you and you her. That's really that. Marriage is not what it used to be anymore, at least legally speaking. Legally speaking, marriage is not at all what it used to be. So what do you do in a society which favors the divorcing of families and ostracizes people based off of their preferences of wanting a relationship, a long-term stable relationship? What do you get in a society when you do those things? Well, you get nowhere. You don't get anywhere. The creation of life comes to a halt, and spiritual death begins to run wild and rampant. And that's exactly what we're seeing today. And, you know, even me myself, I think about how, like, it should not be this difficult. Like, it should not be this challenging to have a woman that wants a family. Like, it really shouldn't be this difficult, because I've built myself up to a certain extent. I know who I am. I know where I'm going. I have a plan. And yet, it's almost like it's just. Let me give you some more perspective here. There was, at the gym today, there was a woman, and this just really gave me an indication on how out of touch women are with the male experience. Like, I knew that, like, I know it already, and I don't expect women to know it. I don't expect women to know that, but it just goes to show how out of touch they really are. There was a couple of women talking next to me while I was doing some curls, and they were talking about their relationships, because as women usually do, and they were talking about what the guy's got and his status, and oh, he's only got 2 family restaurants up in whatever city. And the woman was like, only 2 restaurants? Like, he needs to have at least 5 for you to consider him. And I was just thinking to myself, like, who are you? Like, who are you? You expect these guys that you're dealing with to own restaurants everywhere? Like, is that really what? Like, is that the standard now? Holy moly! Because you're looking at not a lot of men at all.
And what's interesting is these women are the same ones who will say, well, I don't care. I'm going to get exactly what I want. I'm going to get the exact man that I want to get. And that's it. And God is going to give that man to me. And it's like, sweetie, God is not, God sees what you're doing and he knows who you are. You've basically taken the V, dipped it in gold, put it on a pedestal and said, worship me. And God is, we know how God deals with idols. And you can lie to us. You can try to gaslight us, but you cannot gaslight God. And women are basically heading towards a path of extraordinary hardship and destitution because of the poor decisions that they've made. They're not going to be able to find men going forward that want to take care of them, that want to subsidize them, or that will be good husbands. 90% of men are refusing to get married or have kids, guys. Think about this very carefully. It's actually only 1 out of every 1,000 men in the United States right now who are currently getting married. 1 out of every 1,000. That's less than 1% of men. All right? Less than 1% of men are currently getting married. And and modern women are completely, it's like they don't even comprehend right now that men are done with relationships, men are done with dating, men are sick and tired of it. Men are sick and tired of the nonsense, the gaslighting, the games, all of it. And instead they're choosing to walk away and focus on themselves and the relationship with the Lord Jesus Christ. Guys, for example, I was thinking about this recently. There's a new thing coming out called it's made by Legion, the Legion Go S, and it's a firm handheld. They're gonna have a Steam OS version. I've wanted to pick up an Ally X, but I was kind of waiting on it. And then I was thinking, oh my gosh, I don't know what to do, because there's the Legion Go X, there's the Ally X, and then another version of the Ally might be coming out later in the year. But I really want to get the Legion Go. And then I remembered, oh yeah, I don't have a wife or kids, so all my money is my money. I can basically buy the Legion Go S. Spending $500 for this handheld is pretty chill. Okay, I can effectively buy whatever the heck I want, so I can buy both. Like, I'm literally putting it out there. Like, when you are a man who is like thinking about a future with a wife and a kid, and because we're conditioned to plan for the future, we're the conditioned to plan for families, but that's how we are raised and designed as men. But then but when you get older and then you start to wake up and realize, oh wait a minute, no, I don't have a wife or kids. I can buy these things and chill. Like these are simple purchases. I'm still gonna have a ton of money sitting in the bank. All right. Why wouldn't I buy this? Why wouldn't I buy all of them? Well, it's a waste of money. No, it's not. I can enjoy this one and then I can enjoy the next one when it when it's basically like that. You know, guys, it's an amazing feeling when you can essentially, as a guy, pretty much get whatever you want, whatever video game you want. There's so many married men right now, they can't even buy the video game. I can, guys, I have hundreds of games and I need to stop buying so many damn games. I have hundreds of games on Steam. I have over 400 games on Steam. I have over 400 games on Steam. I have over 300 games on GOG, and then I have about 50 Nintendo Switch games that are not open. So I've been building out my Switch collection, and I'm thinking about getting into starting collecting some other stuff. And I just picked. I got an ROG. What do you call the damn thing? Strix. Got a Strix just a few months ago during the Black Friday sale. Upgraded it to 90. It's a 4070. It's about 96 I put about 96 gigabytes of RAM in there. I added an extra 4 terabyte SSD, so now I have 5 terabytes in there, and I barely use it because I'm so busy working all the time. you know and on top of that, I discovered that, hey, wait, after here's something interesting about getting into PC gaming. I know it's like not related, but once you get into PC gaming, it changes everything else about you. Like, for example, I was trying to do gaming on a Mac for a long time and I just could not get it to work for me. After I got into PC gaming and I had to learn all the things I should have learned, because I have a background in computer science. I studied computer science in uni, but PC gaming elevates your skill sets to a whole other level when it comes to components, drivers, everything, all of that stuff. After I got into PC gaming, right, and I started having to learn all the things I should have known in the first place. I went back to the Mac, and within like 5 minutes, I was like gaming on the Mac and getting all these different games to run on it instantly. And before I was having compatibility issues with controllers. Now I have a PlayStation 5 controller running on it. And it's interesting because as a man, I'm afforded all of these things. I can do all of these things. When you guys are complaining about, oh, Angry, we want you to improve the audio on this and this and this. I bought a condenser microphone. Then you guys still kept on complaining. So I got an XLR microphone. XLR, it's called an XLR microphone because it connects to an XLR cable. Some people say the connection it makes things better. And I also picked up an audio interface so that I can control the gain and all the other little things to make it sound nice for you. And then I also have noise cancellation software that runs in the background and will take out any of the background noise. But it's stuff like the fact that I'm a single man is why I can invest in these things. Guys, it makes me feel good being able to say that I don't have to worry about a wife, I don't have to worry about kids. And when I wake up and I look in my pot, I look in my wallet, all my money is mine. I've got a nice stash of crypto, got a massive stash of crypto. So I've got my crypto purse just like sitting there. That's my future. Like, I've been putting that money there. That's future right there. That's to grow. That's what. And then of course I've got money in the bank, and then of course I have money stored at home. You know, I'm thinking about picking up a little gold and silver, but I'm just like not so big into it. But I've got my heavy crypto bag. I've got my cash. I've got cash in the bank. I've got cash at home. I've got crypto locked away. I am good. I'm good. Like, to weather the storm. I've got all my toys. And this is what you get when you're a man who does not have a wife, when you do not have children. And the thing is, like, I've been with a lot of different women, and I'm going to tell you, physical intimacy just isn't that great with these women. It's not that great. It's really, really not that great. The reason why many of us have these feelings is because we are lonely. It's a combination of lust and loneliness. Once you get over lust and your loneliness, you realize that most modern women are boring and they have nothing to say. They do not have developed personalities. In fact, they are horrible to speak to and horrible to be around. They're horrible to speak with and horrible to be alone with. And it's like, you don't want to. Why would you want to put up with that? You also notice how they think, where they change things constantly. They try to distort reality, and they never apologize for anything. If a man makes a mistake in a relationship, he simply apologizes. If a woman makes a mistake in a relationship, the best that you'll get out of her is the F word when she realizes that she messed up. Okay. And that she has really no recourse in the situation. This is because women are all ego. They are, it's absolutely insane. Unless a woman is raised to be submissive, is raised to be a wife and a mother, is raised to respect men, she can never apologize to you, and she will never apologize to you. I've, for example, when I've spoken to Soraya in the past, I haven't spoken to her a ton, but when I've spoken to her directly in the past, this woman, her behavior, her attitude, the way that she spoke to me as a man, it's something that you almost never experience with women in your life in West. It's because women in modern society, they are very aggressive. They have masculine energy. Another thing that modern women don't understand is that men don't want masculine energy around them from a woman. When it's men want masculine energy from other men. Men do not want masculine energy from women. I'll basically put it like this: feminine energy in a man is toxic. Okay, a man with feminine energy is often toxic. A woman with masculine energy is often toxic. But there's no such thing, there's no such thing as toxic femininity or toxic masculinity. But masculine men are designed to be masculine. Women Men are designed to be masculine. Women are designed to be feminine. When a man is feminine, he becomes toxic. When a woman is feminine, when a woman is masculine, she becomes toxic. That because it does not complement each other. And the thing is, it does not complement us because we were not designed for it. Women were not designed to be masculine. Men were not designed to be feminine. We have to be in our own element to feel safe. And there are a lot of men who reject these things because these individuals are heathens who want to live a dirty type, a really nasty kind of lifestyle. And it's just not gonna happen anymore because men are waking up and realizing that it's like they have to cut that off right away. I just want to tell you a little bit about the Crypto Trading for Dummies blueprint. With this blueprint, you'll learn how crypto day trading can help you earn daily profits, even starting small. Imagine making $30 a day with $100 or even hundreds daily trading small amounts, working just an hour a day. It's written so simply that even a fifth grader can do it. With banks collapsing and the economy in chaos, this skill is your lifeline. Click the link in the description to check it out now. I mean, guys, it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate, but you guys have to wake up and realize that this is the world that we're heading in right now. Money is going to be extremely tight. And that's why I said that you've got to get your money up right now. You've got to get your money up. And the crypto trading blueprint that I just meant that you just heard about, guys, it teaches you how to achieve financial freedom because you're basically learning how to trade very small amounts and and use that to make, let's say, for example, you trade $100 a day for an hour a day. You can make realistically $30 a day from that. That works out to $900 a month when you do it every day. And you can use different tools to automate that process very much. If you let's say you trade $500, all right, that's the same. That's not 500 different dollars. That's $500 a day. To save $500 a day, day trade that for an hour a day. You can realistically make $100 to $200 a day. That's me being honest with you. Okay, not trying to like gaslight you or like, oh yeah, you're gonna be making $2,000, bro. No, $500 a day. Realistically, you can make about $100 to $200 a day, and you do that working about an hour a day. All right, and you do that every day for a month, and you can have. There's a lot of tools that you can use to do that. That works out to $3,000 to $6,000 a month. All right, if you're active and if you invest more time into that, treat it like a job. You can make a lot more money than that. So realistically, you can easily be pulling in anywhere from an extra $40,000 to an extra $72,000 a year. And most men don't even need that amount of money because if you're not a married man, you don't have to worry about a wife, a kid, or any of that stuff. You can just chill and live your best life. You will have those options to just relax. You will have those options to just guys, you're men are minimalist by nature. So what are you going to do once you have your rent taken care of, once you have your food expenses taken care of? You don't really need much else. I might have a lot of games, but a lot of you are a bunch of cheap, you know what? All right. A lot of you, while I like to have the best, like have a really good computer setup, I like to have a good GPU. None of you broke boys with rocking those 1080s. There's some of you disrespectful people in the comments also saying things like, I still have my 20 series. Listen to me. No one asked you anything. I'm just being very real. I just have to just like let y'all know real quick because I'm getting kind of annoyed with this. Like you 20 series people, we didn't ask you anything. All right, be like the 10 series and be neither seen nor heard. All right, it's kind of like that whole deal with the Lion King where like you don't come into our territory, we don't go into yours. All right, you live in basically in the dark region of the animal kingdom. Okay, we leave you in that darkness, you stay in that darkness. All right, no, I just have to put that out there for the 10 series and 20 series. 10 series is not really messing with any of us. Like I said, they're neither seen nor heard, but every so often you hear from 20 series people, and 20 series people want to step up and run their mouths like they think they're people. You're not people. All right, you can listen to me. You can take your little 2080, all right, and go back to the dark regions of the animal kingdom. We don't want you out here, bro. All right, don't open your mouth. Don't want to hear you talking. No, 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 no. I don't care. I don't give a damn if DLSS 4 is coming to your GPU. You don't exist to me. You don't really accept. That's an old architecture. That's an old architecture. Do you really want me to go there with your little bit of VRAM? Get the heck out of here, bro. Get the heck out. Get the heck out of here. I mean, do they even? Let me not even waste any more time. But I'm just saying, guys. I'm just saying. There's a lot of y'all who are pretty bad who say things like you're more than happy to game on an Atari, or an N64 and a copy of Mario 64, and you're good to go. Like that's just how bad some of y'all are. Like it doesn't take much to make you happy. Even I've heard some of y'all say if they take books away from you, you'll just start writing your own. It's like at this point, imagine living in a society where society is tormenting you and torturing you and stripping you of everything that you have. Who in their right mind would want to live in such a society? And that's actively the reason why men are walking away from society, why men are turning on society, why men are saying they don't even want to have anything to do with society going forward because they are treated so poorly by society because we live in a society that does not like us and does not want us to even be here.
And it's not like these women aren't attractive, or it's not like, they weren't necessarily cooperative, but I mean, they were kind of bitter. They were kind of bitter. There was a bitter energy about them. And I just thought to myself, how could a woman so bitter expect so much? I guess that's the definition of bitter, but it was astounding to me to hear that and to think to myself, like, this guy's probably, I don't know, like she looked like she was in her mid 20s, and the guy that she's probably talking about is probably in his late 20s or early 30s or something like that. This guy's built himself up, or has been a part of the family legacy enough to where he's got 2 restaurants. And they were talking about also how if they're involved with certain programs that they go to each year or whatever, and I don't remember the name of the program, but apparently it was like a VIP program or whatever. And I just thought to myself, like, these women are sitting here complaining about how their men aren't doing enough, and yet the man's probably working his tail off just to be able to provide and to do everything he can to be a part of a building family legacy. And it's just not enough for these bimbos? I mean, are you serious? That was kind of my thought process. And then they began to complain about, they're in a cutting phase and they're in a caloric deficit, and like, oh, it's just so hard to be a girl. Like when you're on your period, and just like, I mean, damn, like you're just talking about this shit, like, like that. But like, just out in the open, women have no shame anymore. And I begin to see now, like, after seeing all this stuff and all the research and just seeing it out and about, I'm just thinking to myself, you know, I can totally understand why men encourage me not to get married. I can totally understand it. I'm not saying that I'm encouraging you to not get married, by the way. I think whether you're a male or a female watching this, we need more families. We need more stable family units, and if you really want that in your life, you've got to start acting like it. You got to start orienting yourself to be that way. And if you're not, then that's on you. But but it just goes to show how women really do only want two things, more and something else, it seems. And
they will never be happy. And that's why 90% of men are refusing to get married or have children, guys. These women said we don't want you, we don't need you. And now they're going to be living in their cars, living in the woods, living in the streets, hanging out with Yogi and Boo Boo. All right. Let's see how that works out for them. Let me know what you guys think regarding all of this. And do you agree that women are going to be heading into extraordinary states of poverty and destitution? We will talk about it in the comments. Like the video if you like it. Don't forget to subscribe. And if you like the video, share the video. And just remember that all roads lead to MWA, men walking away. And cheers.
Nothing says you care like crypto. Nothing can compare. Nothing says you care like crypto. Oh, nothing can compare to crypto.